Welcome to our channel. Today, we discuss a topic that sounds like it belongs in a futuristic science lab, but it's already becoming a reality: how to 3D print a human heart, and why doing so is completely legal. This is not science fiction, this is the frontier of medical technology, where biology, engineering, and ethics intersect in ways that are both thrilling and deeply complex. The idea of printing a fully functional human organ may feel like something out of a movie, but advances in 3D bioprinting are bringing us closer to that possibility every day. To understand how a human heart can be 3D printed, we first need to look at what 3D printing actually is. At its core, 3D printing, or additive manufacturing, is a process where material is deposited layer by layer to build a three-dimensional object based on a digital model. Traditional 3D printing uses plastics, metals, or resins to create everything from phone cases to airplane parts. But bioprinting takes this technology and applies it to living cells, allowing scientists to construct tissues, and potentially organs, from biological materials. The process begins with a digital blueprint of the organ, often derived from imaging scans of real hearts, ensuring that the printed organ matches the exact structure needed for a specific patient. The material used in 3D bioprinting is known as bioink, which is made from living cells combined with a gel-like substance that supports the cell's growth. These cells can be derived from the patient themselves, which is revolutionary because it minimizes the risk of organ rejection. Imagine being able to print a heart that is made entirely from your own cells, tailored to your body's exact specifications. This is no longer just a dream. Labs around the world have successfully printed simple tissue structures, and research is advancing toward more complex, fully vascularized organs. The key challenge is replicating the intricate network of blood vessels that a heart needs to survive and function. Without these vessels, a printed heart cannot sustain itself or pump blood effectively. Now, you might be wondering, is it legal to print a human heart? Surprisingly, yes, and here's why. In most countries, the legality hinges on the source of the cells, the intent of the printing, and whether the organ is intended for research, transplantation, or educational purposes. Using a patient's own cells for personal medical treatment falls under medical practice regulations, while printing hearts for research or drug testing is considered scientific experimentation and is strictly regulated but generally permitted. The law treats these printed organs as extensions of medical technology rather than as illegal human tissue manipulation. Regulatory agencies like the FDA in the United States or the EMA in Europe monitor these practices closely, ensuring that labs maintain ethical standards and patient safety. So, when done in compliance with medical and legal guidelines, 3D printing a heart is entirely lawful. Beyond legality, the potential impact of 3D printed hearts is staggering. Heart disease remains the leading cause of death globally, and organ transplants are severely limited by donor availability. Every year, thousands of patients die waiting for a heart that never becomes available. Imagine a world where printing a heart could replace that waiting list entirely. This technology could democratize access to life-saving organs, reducing dependence on donors and lowering the risk of transplant rejection. Even more fascinating is the possibility of printing hearts with enhanced designs, such as more durable tissues or optimized blood flow, potentially improving human health beyond natural capabilities. But the process of 3D printing a heart is far from simple. It requires a combination of cutting-edge imaging, cellular biology, mechanical engineering, and computer modeling. First, high-resolution scans map the patient's heart, capturing every chamber, valve, and artery. Then, software translates this data into a digital model that can guide the printer. The bioink is carefully prepared, balancing cell types and concentrations to mimic the natural structure of cardiac tissue. Layer by layer, the printer deposits the bioink, building the organ in 3 dimensions. Once printed, the heart undergoes a maturation process in a bioreactor, where it is nurtured with nutrients, oxygen, and mechanical stimulation to encourage proper development. Only after this stage could the heart be potentially ready for transplantation. Ethical questions inevitably arise when we talk about printing human organs. Some argue that this technology could lead to designer organs or exacerbate inequalities in healthcare. Others worry about the implications of creating organs outside of the human body. Does it challenge our understanding of life, death, or medical ethics? These concerns are valid, but the scientific community is actively engaging with ethicists, policymakers, and the public to ensure that the technology advances responsibly. Transparency and regulation are key to making sure that 3D bioprinting benefits humanity without compromising moral or societal standards. Another fascinating dimension is the use of printed hearts in drug testing and medical research. Pharmaceutical companies spend billions testing new medications, and animal testing has long been a controversial component of this process. 3D printed human hearts can replicate the behavior of real cardiac tissue, allowing scientists to test drugs more accurately and efficiently. This not only speeds up the development of new treatments but also reduces the need for animal testing, offering a more ethical and human-relevant model for research. Looking at the timeline, it's clear that progress is accelerating rapidly. 10 years ago, we were printing only simple tissue patches. Today, small-scale hearts with working chambers have been produced in research labs. By 2035, experts predict that fully functional, transplantable 3D printed hearts could be a reality. This is a milestone that could transform cardiology, organ transplantation, and the entire medical field. For patients with rare heart conditions, congenital defects, or those in urgent need of transplants, this represents a life-saving breakthrough. The technology also intersects with other fields, such as regenerative medicine, nanotechnology, and artificial intelligence. AI algorithms assist in designing the organ structure, predicting tissue growth, and optimizing printer settings for precision. Nanomaterials may be incorporated to enhance strength or conductivity, making the organ more resilient. And regenerative medicine ensures that the patient's own cells integrate seamlessly with the printed organ, reducing immune responses and improving long-term success rates. Together, these advances create a synergy that pushes 3D bioprinting beyond what was thought possible just a decade ago. Despite these remarkable developments, challenges remain. Scaling up production, ensuring long-term organ functionality, and reducing costs are all critical hurdles. Not every hospital can afford a state-of-the-art bioprinting lab, and mass production must adhere to rigorous quality controls. Researchers are also working on printing other complex organs, like kidneys or lungs, where the architecture is even more intricate than the heart. Each success brings us closer to a future where organ scarcity is a thing of the past. Perhaps most exciting of all is the idea that 3D printed hearts may eventually be customized not just for medical necessity but for personal health optimization. Imagine a heart that could better withstand stress, optimize blood flow for athletic performance, or be more resistant to age-related degeneration. While this may sound like science fiction, it illustrates the limitless potential of merging biology with engineering, and it forces us to confront questions about the ethical boundaries of human enhancement. Ultimately, the story of 3D printed hearts is a story about human ingenuity, compassion, and the relentless drive to overcome natural limitations. It's a testament to what happens when science, technology, and ethics collaborate responsibly. Every layer of a printed heart represents countless hours of research, experimentation, and dedication, all aimed at saving lives and pushing the boundaries of what we can achieve in medicine. So, if you found this journey through 3D printed hearts fascinating, revolutionary, or even mind-blowing, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into cutting-edge science, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear from you. Would you be excited to receive a 3D printed heart, or does the idea feel too futuristic? How do you feel about the ethics of printing human organs? The future is unfolding right before our eyes, and the choices we make today will shape the lives of countless people tomorrow.